Would money from government be something you'd be in favour of, Bradley?
I certainly wouldn't rule it out. I mean, at the minute, we don't know the extent of how long this closure will be. We know that this is a massive blow, not just to JLR, but to the West Midlands and to the UK as a whole. JLR is an iconic brand, and for as long as this goes on, the government has got to keep every option on the table, and I'm absolutely certain that my party will support the government in ensuring that JLR and the wider industry is able to continue to thrive. But I think this raises a really important point about cyber resilience in general. Regardless of where the origin of this, whether it's a state-sponsored actor, whether it's, an individual group, this raises the importance and the reality of the world that we live in nowadays, that cyber attacks are part of the norm of doing business, and we've got to raise our national resilience. Well, look, firstly, I think it's excellent that the government is taking this seriously. This is an emergent healthcare crisis. About 12 months ago, a constituent of mine who is an accredited practitioner, she came to see me, raised the concerns about the Wild West, as she described it out there, that anyone can go and inject almost any product into anyone who wants some kind of non-surgical cosmetic treatment. And it's wholly unregulated. It's a danger to practitioners. It's a danger to the public. So this has to be seen not through the lens of banning things, but more about raising the baseline level of clinical standards to protect clinicians and to protect the public. But there's one crucial point that I think has been kind of forgotten in the debate, and that's the widespread societal pressure, particularly on young people, around body image. We increasingly see that young people are bombarded on Instagram and TikTok with images of how they, what society believes perfect body image and aesthetic looks like. And I feel that this is driving this. So it's great that the government's looking at a licensing regime. I want to see what the detail looks like, but we've also got to tackle some of the root cause issues too. I mean, I've worked quite closely with Tracy, as she's a constituent trying to get support for her children that is much needed. I think the system is broken on many fronts, but just tinkering at the edges is not going to solve that or resolve it or make the outcomes better for the families that require the support. This anxiety that parents and families and children are facing at the minute over the future of EHCPs is causing anxiety, but there is additional pressure being placed on the system by virtue of the government imposing VAT on independent schools, because many of the parents there have taken their children out of mainstream education to provide private provision, and now they're finding that they're having to go back into the state system.